Guys, what I want to show you now is a one-legged balance test, otherwise known as a stalk test. Now, this is a really great exercise to improve your balance. We all know how important balance is, and studies have shown that when someone has difficulty to balance on one leg below 5 seconds, it's a huge predictor of you actually being at risk of having a fall. This is a great exercise to increase your perception of where your body is in space, to improve those connections between your brain and your body and body back to brain. So this is going to be a great one for your balance. Alright, so the way we start off doing this particular exercise is making sure that you've got good posture. Alright, so posture is very much key to doing this exercise correctly. And if you're doing it with correct posture, it's also going to make sure that it's going to be working the muscles in the right way, so we're getting the right motion, and also it's going to help to improve strength, alright, with your whole body. So I want to start off by showing you the correct posture. So you're going to do this one next to a wall close by, so you can actually start off by actually holding the wall with your hands and your fingers to give balance, to make it easier to begin with. So, to start with, I want you to have your feet about hip width apart. Alright, I want you looking straight ahead, so I want you to focus your vision and your eyes on a particular point in front of you that you can gaze upon. And this is going to help with giving you concentration and to make sure your posture is holding still. Then what I want you to do is pay attention to your upper body. Alright, so what I want you to do is I want you to bring your shoulders up to around your ears, bring your shoulders backwards and drop them down. Alright, this is to ensure that you've got your shoulders in the right position, and it's also going to help to make sure you've got your neck and you're holding your head in the right position also. So once again, bring your shoulders up to your ears, bring them backward, drop them down. Then I want you to pay attention to where your head is. So we want to avoid the situation where you're holding your head forward and carrying your head forward. That's putting a lot of strain and stress on the spinal joints and on your spinal cord. Okay, so we want to make sure that when we've got our shoulders back, that we're bringing and tucking our chin inward. So you're imagining that you've got a cord being pulled from the crown of your head as you tuck your chin in like so. Alright, so bring your shoulders up, bring them back, drop them down, and bring your chin in. You don't want to exaggerate that chin in, so you don't want to look like a soldier where you're trying to bring your chin right into your throat. You just want to still be in a relaxed position, but just making sure that you're elongating the neck, the back of the neck and the muscles at the back of your neck. Alright. So once we've got our shoulders in the right position and our heads in the right position, we want to make sure that our pelvis as well is in good position. So when we're doing this, we want to actually tuck our pelvis in, or it's like we're tucking our tailbone, our coccyx underneath. So we're just tilting our pelvis like so and tucking it under, alright, slightly, alright. So once we've got that in the position, we've got our shoulders in the right position, we've brought our head back, we're holding a good tall posture, we're lifting up through our rib cage as well, so we're able to expand and get full breath through our lungs and our chest. That's the sort of position that we want to have while we're doing this posture, and it's going to make it more challenging, but it's going to give us better results. So that's the posture we start with. Then I'll get you to place your hand on the wall, and I want you to lift up one knee at a time. So I'm going to lift up my right knee, and when I'm holding my knee, I want to make sure that I'm holding it in a particular position. So I want to make sure that my thigh and my hip are at 90 degrees. Alright, don't want my knee too low, I don't want it too high, I want it parallel to the floor. Also want to make sure that this knee is in a 90-degree angle as well, so I don't want my foot kicking forward, or likewise I don't want it bending too much backward. So I want to have that directly perpendicular, alright, to the floor and also to my thigh. And I also want to make sure that I've got a 90-degree angle at my ankle joint as well. So I want to make sure that the foot is parallel to the floor as well. So this is really important, because if we get this in perfect alignment, then we're going to be working these muscles a lot more, and they're going to be working really hard to strengthen, to give us stronger posture as well. The other thing I want you to observe and pay attention to is making sure you're holding your posture in that position that we started off with while you're holding this leg in this position. One more point I'll make with the leg, I don't want you to have the foot rotating inward or outward. I want it directly below the knee, the ankle to below the knee. Okay, so we don't want any internal or external rotation. So it might also help for you to have someone watch you do this for the first few times to make sure that they can give you some feedback and make sure that you're doing it according to the way that I'm instructing and explaining it. So to make sure that you're getting some feedback maybe from a third person could be helpful, or doing it in front of a mirror could also be another option. All right, so well, let's start again. So we'll run through it. Feet hip width apart. Okay, tuck the pelvis and bring your shoulders up, backward, drop them down. Tuck the chin in, elevating the head as you do so. And this is our starting postural position, all right? Lifting the rib cage up, and then also bringing attention to our breath while we do that. And then I want you to place your hand on the wall to give you some stability. And then I want you to lift one leg up into the air, off the ground, into that position I just showed you. 90 degrees at the hip, knee and ankle, looking straight ahead, focusing on that point at the wall in front of you, and hold that position. And if you can, I want you to try and hold that position for about 30 seconds. And what you'll notice after some time is that there'll be some muscles that start to fatigue. And if it becomes uncomfortable, painful, or it just feels too difficult, just relax and come back into the start position, all right? Because that's enough. We just want to slowly train these muscles and get your body accustomed to using them in this particular fashion, because you've probably more than likely been using them not in the right way or as well as possible. So make sure you swap and turn around, do the same thing on the opposite side, so we're getting muscular symmetry and balance. And I would just maybe repeat and do 2 repetitions each side, and start off with that, then you can build it up to where you're doing it maybe 4 or 5 times on each leg, all right? So give that a try. I know there's a lot of components to that, but maybe even just start off trying doing the postural check first and getting that correct firstly in the mirror, and then move on to doing the stalk test, the one-legged balance test. All right, hope you enjoyed that video.